What's up, everybody? How are you doing? We recently had a stock market crash in March, and currently there is a debate on whether the housing market will crash in 2020 just like the stock market or not. I want to take a couple moments to summarize the main reasons for both sides. For people who argue that the housing market will crash, there are at least three main reasons. The first reason is that owners, which are baby boomers in most cases, might have to sell their properties to supplement their retirement due to lack of employment income, bad economic conditions, and low social security payment, while potential buyers, represented most likely by the millennial generation, cannot afford the current prices due to lack of wages growth and high home prices. Thus, there will be more supply of houses on the market than demand, which will trigger a housing market crash. The second reason is related to the effect of Airbnb on the housing market. In recent years, many people have bought houses to rent on Airbnb using borrowed money. However, due to the global health crisis that we are facing currently, nobody is traveling. Thus, these properties are vacant all over the world right now. And this situation with low travel rates might last for quite a while. The property's owners might find themselves underwater with regard to these investments. They cannot meet the mortgage payment, property taxes, home association fees, and maintenance fees on these properties. Thus, a liquidation sale might be triggered, which could cause the housing market to crash. The third reason is related to hedge funds and private equity funds investors. After 2007 to 2012 housing market crash, hedge funds and private equity funds bought a lot of properties. Then they securitized them and sold them to other investors. Those investors have no vested interest in holding on to these properties. If the economy is bad, they might choose to liquidate these positions, which in turn could trigger a housing market crash. Now let's look at the other side of this argument. For people who argue that the housing market will not crash, their main reason is that Fed and government intervention will prevent a housing market crash. The Federal Reserve is intervening in the markets by providing massive amounts of liquidity. The Fed has doubled its balance sheets just in a matter of a few months. This has caused interest and mortgage rates to plummet to record lows. On the other hand, the government has stepped up with fiscal stimulus on unprecedented levels. Through the CARES Act, some people are making more money not working than before when they were working. Also, the majority of Americans have received at least $1,200 stimulus checks. Also, many businesses are receiving money through the Paycheck Protection Program. Additionally, more stimulus will probably be on the way if the economy does not recover fast enough after reopening. Generally speaking, stimulus and money printing is good for the stock and real estate market. And I have not to forget to mention forbearances, where people who are struggling to meet their mortgage payments or even do not feel like making their payment can apply to stop making payments for several months with no consequences to the borrower's credit report. Personally, I tend to lean towards the opinion that we are not going to see a housing market crash in 2020. I think that what the government and Federal Reserve are doing will overpower the impact of bad economic conditions, at least for a while. The only way, in my opinion, that the housing market will crash is if these stimulus measures stop and the economy remains bad. That's all what I have for this video. I hope you found it informative. Please let me know in the comment section below if you think that the housing market will crash in 2020 and what reasons might cause that. Thanks for watching and see you soon.